Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of my slow burn to Endgame. In the last episode, we hit up Rihanna Strait, and we got a belt as well as a mask that I will not be equipping for aesthetic reasons. And in this one, we are finally gonna fulfill my promise of going to the Afterlands. Originally, I was gonna spend a few months training in the mountains in preparation for this video, but when I saw all the YouTube comments fiending for another episode, I decided that I was gonna have to do the unthinkable and actually play MapleStory instead of just thinking about it. I have never fully completed Afterlands in its entirety, but its primary purpose is it gives you 3 totems, which I think we can actually see them up here. So it gives you, there's 4, but I guess you pick your 3 favorite ones, I don't know. They have different stats on them, interesting. But overall, these are essentially never replaced outside of events they'll probably never rerun. So if we're going slowly, I think it makes sense to grab these now, and they'll hopefully pay off later. What I know about Afterlands from cultural osmosis, I guess you'd call it, is that it's very long, it's apparently very buggy, and it's also very complicated. I don't think I'm gonna use a walkthrough. We're gonna see how far I get without one, and worst case scenario, I guess we're just permanently locked out of these items. I don't know. But that's enough of a preamble, I suppose. Let's hop in here. We'll at least get started in this video. I really have no idea what to expect. Not a lot of cutscenes in this game that take control of the camera but leave the UI up. That's interesting. I recall this taking place in Alania before, but we're in Pirion here. Yeah, it's interesting. These cutscenes don't hide the UI, which makes them feel a lot more smooth, I guess. I'm sure I was climbing the Rocky Mountains of Pirion. I swear I remember this starting in Alania, and it's making me wonder, is there a different intro sequence to this depending on the region you start it from? That would be kind of crazy. That would be a wild attention to detail. I need to get back to Maple World. Why? Everyone says Maple World is a busy and demanding place to live. That's true, that is what the YouTube comments tell me. That is what every classic player that doesn't like modern does say. Steve? The YouTube guy? He's here too? Something behind the bush. Oh, it's me. Each one of these locks has to be opened by a key before we are considered finished with this place. Yeesh, 12 locks? You can do whatever you want for eternity. Alright, I want to play MapleStory. I had to lean in to read that. The Land of Warriors. This place honestly looks pretty cool. The background here is not something you see very often in this game. You feel strangely compelled to join the fray. Bypassing the obvious truth that all of these character names are hilarious, I think using the Pencilier set here for all of these models, or, well, not models I guess, but sprites, is pretty inspired. It's kind of cool. Something I didn't put in the last video that I'm sure every seasoned ARC player is going to comment on because it's so cool is we got our Gust charge drive thing where you gotta be in the air and you jump down, it sucks them in, but I've neglected to mention its Spectre version, which is this sick dog that jumps out like that. The greatest warrior ever gets to dictate the rising and setting of the sun. Yeah. Bring down the sun and start the party. Alright, dude. I'll crank the lever. Always great to see content in MapleStory that still requires you to keybind the basic attack. What is it about non-KMS content and wanting to add a day and night cycle? Commercy also has a day and night cycle. The series is over, we made it to Endgame. So right off rip, first impressions here, we just received a quest and we're not immediately told exactly where to go. I feel like using the quest journal is going to be a very important thing here. Head outside of town and look for the Balrog with the key around its neck. How far outside of town we talking? I'm timed in here? Is this the maw? Now these... Not really... Oh wow, he dropped snake oil. I think that's what that is. Snake soup. I'm gonna say he's not here. Let's keep going. Oh, there he is. It's the fashionable Balrog. Sure enough, he dropped the key. Let's try to pop this bad boy in there. Oh, you got the quest. Let's see if the key will open the lock. Dang, didn't fit any of the locks. How should the greatest warrior ever be decided today? Probably monster elimination. Whoever defeats 50 monsters the fastest will be the greatest warrior. Shit, everybody left. Oh wow, they're actually out here pretending like they're fighting. I'm gonna be honest, maybe it's just kind of general Arcane River and Onward's story fatigue with the way that MapleStory's presentation of its story hasn't changed in, God, like 10 years. Am I gonna become an Afterlands defender by the end of this? And I'm getting trait items. These are regular mobs that are dropping these consumable items that give you stat XP or charm or whatever, like willpower +5, charm +10, ambition +5. To my knowledge, this is one of the only super easily farmable sources of these items. I don't think this is a very big deal. It's not hard to max the... Getting charm just requires a single event item, and then you just kind of dump the rest of it into ambition, and then you just do whatever you want, but it's kind of interesting. We've won the monster elimination challenge. This place... Oh wow, lots of different choices. Yeah, this place is fun, but forever, that's a long time. Sure, take me somewhere else. Maybe I can find a key there. The Land of Riches. Looks like you could crawl in through there. Oh, is this meant to be an actual building? Wow, what the fuck? That's so interesting. You can't jump in, and you do have to crouch and then hit the arrow keys to actually climb under. So far, Afterlands is pretty cool. I just noticed we have our daily gift here. We can get a Pendant of the Spirit. This is a coupon which just gives us a pendant slot item that gives us an XP boost while we have it equipped. It's really not a big deal. Man, I spent probably the last 20 minutes editing clips into the timeline for this video and just sitting in awe of the fact that I think this is the only time that this form of movement is used. This would be kind of an interesting utility that a class could have, because maybe in Saren it would be kind of cool to be able to crouch and move at the same time. I don't know if that's really that practical, but it'd be kind of a cool thing to just give somebody. Go outside and explore. So they're just living in this big jar of money. Oh, Ashkaya is now a tree. I want to go back to Maple World. Yeah, that's kind of the point, buddy. Looking for food baskets. You guys gonna drop food baskets? Yeah. Kind of in abundance, too. 77! Oh, he's greedy. Can't leave my treasure unguarded. Looks like you can get more than the 30 you need, so you could probably pick up all of these in one trip. What did he give us? Oh, a key, no? Was it just... Oh, a delicious gold piece. Someone else was here trying to get through the door? Whoa, the Land of Contemplation. What is this, like, proto-vanishing journey? Oh no. Get him off. Wow, we actually are colorless. That's so cool. Oh, he gave us one of the keys. Is this the guy who was looking for it? What the hell? No matter from where you depart, you must travel the worlds in a precise order. The land of warriors, riches, contemplation, innocence, and back to the land of warriors. Around and around it goes. I heard there are other worlds, but I suspect they vibrate on different frequencies. Alright, dude. Took that dude decades to find one key. It just doesn't bode well for us. Oh. Proto-Ludibrium. Careful, Ark. Cootie alert. What is this, L&L Fairy Academy? These guys got the frozen treats. Can't down jump from here. It's kind of annoying. Better find a new toy for them to play with. Damn, they got a TV nailed to an ice cream cone. That's pretty cool. These places look really cool. Oh, what's that? Serendipitous destruction. Could it be? Is it a key? It is a key. I'm starting to think maybe this is why people recommend using a guide for this place. Because if that truly is one of the sources of keys, they can just be in locations and you actually have to look for them. That introduces a possibility of failure that I think the questing experience in MapleStory does not typically have. Why does this kid deserve 30 toys? The weather really is changing with their mood. Do I have any paint I can use to color myself? If you hunt monsters while you have the color collector in your inventory, you can collect their colors. Lead poisoning, here I come. Wonder if I'm gonna have to hunt different colors? I also wonder if it's gonna be automatic. Oh, clearly not. You're gonna have so much color your own parents won't recognize you. Ark's parents are probably dead, right? Oh, did I forget to change the day into night? They might be dead for good. This pop-up thing is very, very annoying if you're trying to read what people are saying. We're gonna go out, kill every monster. Oh, hey, a quest. You heard the stories of the god of battle? Isn't that Copper Song? 3 times bigger than ordinary humans. The guy from the Land of Treasure. So, we'll kill all the guys and then maybe we'll go talk to him. We're killing all these monsters. And then tomorrow, we're gonna tell everybody it's Monster Elimination Day, but there won't be any monsters left to kill, and then they'll all have to take the day off. Or they'll become depressed at their lack of purpose, and things will get worse. Every time I change maps, the game does not know how my Spectre form is supposed to look. Level 80! I think this is probably the next... That's gonna be really annoying. I think that's the next little Ark story quest. It's gonna be here until I figure out how to get rid of it. I guess now we have to go. I want to go back to Maple World. There must be a way. Hi, old man. So apparently the Afterlands is just a hallucination. The great Blackwing boss Francis has been watching my cool arm. Alright, I'm gonna keep this one brief. So, Francis, this puppet guy, wants to recruit Ark to the Black Wings, but Ark, evidently having done Rihanna straight, rejects his offer and punches him instead before ruminating on what a great kid he is. Later, we meet Angelic Buster, which, after almost 2 hours of story quests, was the highlight of my day. Maybe one day he'll— Whoa! Lucky! She gives us a report from Kaiser, who tells us that the Black Mage is back on his bullshit and Maple World is in danger. Having learned that the Black Mage is weakened after taking Maple World's Transcendent of Time's power, this happens in the Zero questline, don't worry about it too much. Ark reasons that Garand Darmore, Grandis's own evil dictator who did the same thing to his planet's Transcendent of Time, must also have been weakened as a result. He wonders if Darmore plans to invade Maple World. Alright, back to Afterlands. Good luck on your cubing obelisk. Okay, I think we're cool to go back to Afterlands now. Via the Dimensional Mirror. Uh-oh, that's old text from when the Dimensional Mirror had more than 3 things in it. Fortunately, as a MapleStory player, I know to go into the Maple Guide and move that way. I was right! It does change depending on where you're at. Oh no. Damn, back again. It's the isekai that never ends. There are no monsters outside. Everybody's pissed. We've robbed them of their purpose. Defeat 50 of those nice. Oh, he only gets 10 this time. Oh, do I already have 10? Nice, I already have 10. Just get to turn it in. So, we have 2 quests to kill those treasure thieves. He mentioned that he would maybe be inclined to leave if he saw the outside world. I wonder if getting that kid to paint something is in the future. For some reason I'm supposed to go to her again for this quest where we were talking about the god of battle. I don't know. We'll do that later because I can't go back. We need treasure thief. Oh, that's those guys up there, which means probably one more over is the good map for this. I wonder why these places are timed. Are they instanced or something, and they didn't want people to just sit in them? That's all those dudes, let's turn it in. 81! Oh, we're gonna carry his treasure for him. So he can— hey, how come he just gets to walk under? Here we go. Oh, it's tiny. That was kind of a cool little animation. So, I wonder if I'll need multiple of these to give to her? Or I need to do— okay, maybe I need— do you think I just need one? It's a use item, which implies I can eat it. And he'll give me as many as I want as long as I kill these treasure thief guys. Is this just an infinitely repeatable quest? There might be no point in this, but I'm gonna grab 3. I'm gonna do this one more time. I don't remember when, but for some reason the number 3 keeps coming to mind for these items. Okay, there's our last one. Oh, there's another quest in here. Move the treasure first. Help Ben move first. Wow, he's really gonna leave? I have seen through the crack in the castle walls from the top of my treasure hoard. Did he say I need to be 4 times bigger? Uh-oh. Okay, I'm gonna go grab another one. One more time. I don't know how many of these things I need. Okay, now we have 4 of these things. I'm holding on to maybe 3 for when we get back to the Land of Warriors, but he said I had to be 4 times as big. So worst case scenario, I'll have to eat a bunch of these right now, but let's find out. Let's eat it. Okay, we are definitely bigger. Looks like it only lasts for a minute. I guess we'll just keep eating them until something happens. Even bigger? Even bigger? Maybe not even bigger? Oh, wait. Oh, you can just go up like that. Okay, hold up. Let's hurry. No? Okay, fuck. What is happening? Do I just punch it? Oh! 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 Okay, we did it! Man, I don't know how many of those I had to eat, but I think I had 2 or 3 seconds left. Why didn't he just do that? I don't know if breaking the wall or me going outside it was a good idea, but I'm glad you made me try. Thank you. This is probably the least morally objectionable person in this entire place so far. Move the treasure out first. Probably. I think that's kind of a cool animation. I like that. Oh, we are just gonna grab him. Okay. Here you go, buddy. Man. Okay. I'm positive that I'm gonna need more of these. Perhaps if you did the same. I'm gonna need more. I'm taking it right now. And somehow that's gonna get us a key. Oh, I didn't notice that. You get an HP and MP boost when it's nighttime. That's pretty cool. Also, call me stupid. I didn't realize that the night cycle continued over to the other lands. I thought that was just for the warriors. That's really cool. I wonder if this quest is just random every time and I've gotten lucky so far. Or unlucky, I guess, depending on how you look at it. I'd rather kill mobs in a faraway area than loot items in a close area. Wants food baskets again. This brings us back up to 3 of these, which means I should be good to move on and use those when we get back around to the Land of Warriors. Okay, lots of quests here now. I have found a few keys. I found 1 other key. Guess we're sharing our color again. You can have my red. Wow, does that actually like drop my red? You want my green? And now I only am blue. That's so cool. You could be blue. I just want everyone to be happy again. The cry of the horrid death beast. Oh, this is a big map. I feel like I need to explore all the maps in case there's another key. Yeesh, what's that horrible sound? We only needed to kill a single one. Okay. 84. I'm not one-shotting here. I suppose putting points into my skills likely would help. But more than that, I think putting my stat points in might help. But unfortunately, it's just not meant to be. Got into the flow state and forgot that I'm doing a quest. Now we head back. Just again. We do that again. I'll do it one more time, but if something doesn't change, don't even think it has like a different name or something. It's the exact same quest. Oh wow, I didn't realize that. That is like a special mob and it drops one of the keys. I've killed that thing probably 3 times by now and I finally got around to looting that item. 85! Doing the same quest over and over again is really paying off. It does seem to be the exact same quest. Alright, I think we're just gonna go to the next place then. You probably gonna give me my color back, so same thing as last time, and then you lost your storybook. This thing keeps becoming clickable. Oh. Brand new teddy bear. Damn, this kid's selling Ilbies? Anyway, yeah, let's buy one of these just in case. We can make it rain or make it thunder if we want. I don't know why we would want to, though. Okay, if we found something that she could use to cover her eyes, then what do I have? Sit on the swing and put on this eye patch. What eye patch did I have? We just give her like a pitch drop? Oh no, she's gonna die. Push her with the Spectre arm. Oh, she had a key. I really don't know where I got the eye patch from. Maybe I'm forgetting. Oh, it was these eye... Does this predate the pitched drop? This is just called Magic Eye Patch. It literally is. I think Afterlands was long before pitch... Well, maybe not long before, but I think it was before. So there's our color again. Thanks for getting the storybook back. Tina looks unhappy again. What's wrong? I want a teddy bear. Hey, I bought one. Mister, I can't read. I just look at the pictures. There you go, buddy. This is for you. This is the storybook you just found. 86, by the way. There's a key inside the book. Alright, we're like almost halfway there. Billy wants to go to the Land of Contemplation. I'm gonna use all the colors, just like Lulu from League of Legends. Sorry to mention League of Legends, guys. But anyway, I think that's gonna do it for this episode. I think we are about halfway done. So there's 12 keys and we've got 5 of them. I'm assuming we should be able to wrap this up in one more episode, considering I think the keys will probably start flowing in more now that we're done with sort of the exposition stuff. But yeah, honestly, I'm really enjoying the Afterlands so far. It's a very unique sort of questing experience for MapleStory, so I'm interested to hear kind of what your guys' thoughts are too, if you've done it or if you just are basing it on what you saw here. As always, feedback is appreciated, what you do and don't like about the series. The reception has continued to be really positive. I obviously read every comment. This episode took a little bit longer to get out than usual, but that's nothing to do with the game itself. Hopefully the next one comes out a little bit quicker, and then once we're done with Afterlands, we can move on to pushing 100 and beyond. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!